Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac because I told you guys I was going to do a review for it. And I just jotted down a few things and we are going to just talk about what all I jotted down from this episode. Okay, first things first, we know that the fight took place after the GNA fashion show, and Deborah pretty much approached Candiace. Okay, she approached Candiace, in my opinion, on some humbug. Pretty much, she says that according to Ashley, that Wendy and Candiace were talking about her. I actually do not believe that. I do believe that she was still upset about the Sesame Street and the Cookie Monster comments and things that took place last season. Okay. I still stand by Candiace with that she could call you Cookie Monster and Sesame Street or whatever, because you literally sat up there and lied on not just her husband, but you also lied on Wendy's husband as well. So you, ma'am, are not to be trusted. All right. It's really simple as that. All right. And what did the Cookie Monster used to do? Did he used to sit up there and steal cookies and stuff? So yeah, being mischievous. Okay. One that is not trustworthy. And that is who you are. All right. Candiace can be seen on camera being held back by Charisse. All right. I guess she was trying to get involved after seeing that her friend Kiana ended up being, in this altercation or whatever. So it seems like she wanted to help out, but Charisse was holding her back. Now, Ashley can be seen asking people what the fuck happened, what the F happened, what happened. Okay. Now, a lot of people are trying to excuse Ashley. And Ashley herself is trying to excuse herself from, other people's decisions to fight. And I still feel like this. I don't know if Ashley knew that girl was going to get physical with people. But Ashley definitely invited Deborah to be there on some rah-rah type stuff. Okay. She invited her there for some mess. Maybe not the type of mess that was going to lead to what it led to this time. But Ashley knew what she was doing. And I'm just really tired of people trying to downplay Ashley's position in the matter of the BS, because y'all are the same people that watched the season last year, right? We watched the show last year, and what did we see? We saw that Ashley brought this girl around yet again, allowing her to further lie on Candiace and Wendy's husband, and then had the girl trying to talk to Candiace, and Candiace said that she was not interested. Ashley went over to Candiace trying to get Candiace to talk to Deborah yet again, and Candiace was not interested. Why should Candiace feel compelled to have a conversation with a person that's not even a cast member or actual friend of the show for real? Why should she be forced to have that conversation? Okay, so girl, I'm still on Candiace's side with that. I'm gonna let the people do whatever it is they want to do, because they're gonna do that anyway, girl, because that's just how they is. Okay, now Deborah does tell her side of the story once the fight is over, and she does admit to throwing a drink on Candiace because Candiace called her out her name, calling her the help, and Candiace turned around to disengage. Okay, as soon as Candiace turned around to disengage, Deborah decided to throw the drink. Okay. All right. Some of that drink got on Kiana. Kiana kind of pushed her back, like, stop, chill out. You're doing too much. Get back. Okay. From there, Deborah hits her in the face, and then Kiana proceeds to whoop her ass. It's really just that simple. Okay. So there's that. She does speak on throwing the drink on Candiace, but then she made it seem like Kiana pretty much just hit her for no reason. Ma'am, you're doing too fucking much. Okay. They did not have security over there. All right. In my opinion, I feel like Kiana didn't do anything different than what security would have done, trying to hold your silly ass back. Okay. Trying to get you back, and you over here doing the absolute most. So if you ask me, if y'all feel like whatever happened to Candiace, she brought it on herself, then whatever happened to Deborah, she definitely brought it on her fucking self. Okay. Now, Deborah says that Candiace and Wendy were talking about her. Of course, we do not believe this. Wendy says that Deborah was already talking to Ashley as if she needed to get something off of her chest. Okay. In so many words, she said she was over there talking to Ashley in like an aggressive manner. I'm not sure what was being said, but what I believe was being said was, I'm finna go over here and check this BITCH. And Ashley was probably like, was cool. Well, my event is over. The cameras are down. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, hey, whatever you do ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay. I feel like Ashley pretty much gave her the go ahead to do whatever the hell it is she was going to do. It's really just that simple. Okay. That's what I think. That's what I believe happens. Okay. And so that's when Deborah decided to go up and approach Candiace, because if you felt like Wendy and Candiace was talking shit about you, why you only approached Candiace and you did not approach Wendy? And even with the things that you said, you were talking as though Candiace has been saying things about you in the past, not so much as in that very moment, but she's had a lot to say about you in the past. So now you in her face today, and Candiace is disengaging, not interested. And because you weren't getting what it is you wanted from her, you decided to throw a drink on her. Okay. She should never be allowed around. I do not care if Candiace is no longer on Real Housewives of Potomac. Congratulations to her, because she decided to step away from the show and take a break. She said she ain't gonna be gone for a long time before a good time, according to her. Okay. So a shout out to her for taking the necessary break. I'm so glad to no longer see her be, the problem, okay, on Twitter, as people like to try and label her as the problem, and any single thing that happens to her, they always go back and make it seem like it's her fault. Okay. So I'm so glad that she won't be social media's punching bag, and I'm interested in seeing who is going to be the next person that y'all choose to be the punching bag or whatever. Okay. But with Candiace not being on this show, I still would not want to see Deborah around. And in all honesty, I'm thinking about whether we'll see what the trailer is giving next season, but I'm wondering if I'm even going to be interested in Real Housewives of Potomac come the next season. I'm hoping I don't fall off. If I do get into it, it might only be for Patreon. But aside from that, girl, I'm over here just really thinking about it. We'll see how I feel then, because I don't really like to speak too far in the future, because I don't know how I'm gonna feel at that time. You know what I'm saying? But in this moment, it's on the lower end of me being interested in Potomac. But a trailer could come and turn it around. I think the dynamics and things of what's happening with Mia could likely change that for me, and I might want to tune in and see exactly what Mia got going on. But I don't know. I don't know what they could do. People are alleging that Robyn will no longer be a part of the show next season. Some people are saying that she left. Some people are saying that she got fired. Girl, whatever it is, they're predicting that she's not going to be a part of it next year. I'm not going to necessarily miss Robyn. I was saying that Robyn would be one of the people I would, say would need to go, because I know they're not going to get rid of Gizelle. I'm not interested in seeing Nneka. I think Ashley is giving us some confusion. We don't know if Ashley's going to be returning or not. I see Ashley returning to Potomac. I really do. I can see her returning to the show. Am I interested? Absolutely not. I don't know how I feel about Potomac, y'all. We just gonna have to wait and see. But it's definitely like the excitement I used to have for the show is no longer there. Anywho, Ashley. Well, first of all, they go to this event, right, where they're being, I think it's Monarch magazine, where they're doing that special event or whatever. So they're doing that. Girl, Karen pulled up with her security, and I thought that was too funny, because she pulled up with her security like Gizelle pulled up with her security to the reunion when Monique got into that fight with Candiace. Okay, basically imposing that Monique is a threat. Okay, and it's a problem, and she's a liability, which is why Gizelle brought her security. Same thing I feel Karen was trying to do with Ashley. Make it appear as though Ashley creates hostile environments, and everybody's safety is in question. So that's what I feel like Karen was doing. And let me tell y'all something. I think this is going to be very interesting. Ashley, girl, we'll see how you going to play this come next season. I can see Ashley doing too much about Karen being drunk, and I can see Karen gunning for Ashley and trying to get Ashley to come off this show. I wouldn't be surprised. But anywho, what else did I want to say? Karen speaks on a friend. She says that it's certain friends you can't mix with others, and it's unfortunate that Ashley did not catch that. No, ma'am. Ashley caught it. Ashley caught it. She knew that she should not be mixing those girls together, but she did it anyway. Now, did Ashley believe an actual altercation was going to break out? I'll be honest. I don't think Ashley knew a fight would have. I don't think she would have. She thought it was going to get to that level. Right. But I do believe that she knew about a confrontation that was going to come up. I do believe that. Now, Ashley can be overheard saying that she knows that Candiace and Deborah have been having an issue for a long time. So if you know that, then why would you invite her to the event? Because if the shoes were reversed and you had a big issue with one of Candiace's friends, and that person came around to the event, all of y'all would have been on Candiace's head and made it Candiace's fault about having certain people there. Okay? So Candiace probably would not have invited their friend. She may have, I don't know. But Ashley, you knew exactly what was going on. You said it out your mouth. I knew they've been having an issue for a very long time. So if you knew that for a very long time, why would you invite her? Because if it was Candiace that did that, y'all was going to make it a 1,000% problem. Now, she says she knows how to occupy space with someone that she doesn't like. And I'm like, why are you saying it like that? You're saying it like Candiace doesn't know how to operate or occupy the same space as somebody that she doesn't like. She been doing that shit all season with Gizelle. So the way that Ashley worded that, I didn't like that. And you should be telling that to your good friend, Deborah. Deborah should know how to come into a space and occupy it and be there with somebody she don't like. As she walked in hugging on fucking Wendy. Come on now. Your friend couldn't handle herself, boo. It's your friend that's the problem. So Karen, no, we already talked about that. Cherie shows up to the event, the Monarch event, in a boot, child, and says that she got it from trying to hold Candiace back. So because she was trying to, keep her together, she ended up, I guess, twisting her ankle, or something happened to where she's wearing a boot. Cherie says that Candiace and Deborah were arguing. And I'm like, no, ma'am. Candiace and Deborah weren't arguing. Deborah was over there arguing with her goddamn self, because Candiace, you can hear on the hot mic saying, the help, I'm not dealing with the help. Go away from me with this, pretty much. Okay. And she was walking off. So therefore, Deborah was doing a lot of talking, but she was arguing with her damn self. Right? Gizelle has the audacity to say that it's a stain on GNA and she's angry. First of all, it ain't no stain on GNA. If you want to be angry about some bitch, be angry about the tacky ass fashions that y'all brought out there. That's what you can be angry about. Hello? It ain't no stain on GNA, because ain't nobody even talking about no fucking GNA, girl. They really over here talking about the altercation. And they got shit to do with GNA. It wasn't no, oh my God, they got into a fight at GNA's event. Girl, go away from us with this. And if you really want to be angry with somebody, be angry with Ashley. Because Ashley invited that mutt to that event. And Ashley had every understanding that that mutt was going to sit up there and try and have some confrontation with Candiace. So if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at your good girl, your good business partner, Miss Ashley, for jeopardizing the brand. If you really want to believe that it was jeopardized, okay? Let's see. Ashley explains the story. And y'all already know how that goes. She tried to make it seem like Deborah and Ashley tried to make it seem like Wendy and Candiace was talking about her as if that was a valid reason for her to go and approach them, when as a grown woman, you can let them have it. Because if the music is blasting, you don't know what these people are really saying to and about you. You don't know what these folks are saying. Okay? If the music is that loud and you just want to walk over there and girl, go, I don't believe nothing she talking about. Ashley shows us that, and Deborah even says this, Candiace turns away from her. She throws the drink on her. Okay? So Ashley said more stuff that Deborah did wrong than Miss Candiace. Anywho, Cal jumps in and asks who was protecting Kiana. At the time, nobody thought Kiana needed protection because the fight or the issue wasn't with her initially. If anything, Kiana was trying to stop and protect the other folks, stop any of that from going down, because she felt like that wasn't the time or place. Deborah got beside herself, and what's killing me is not having all of the facts and just talking because y'all believe that Candiace is the problem. No, get all the facts first, okay? And even Sharice was right there. Sharice had to say, well, I was holding Candiace back. So even if she wanted to, support her, protect her friend, she couldn't, because I was trying to keep her from that. But I did catch how they tried to make emphasis about Candiace grabbing that bottle. Yeah, but make sure you make emphasis about that lady throwing that drink on her. I don't know nobody that's going to sit up there and let somebody throw a drink on them and they not grab something. It probably wouldn't have been a bottle. It probably would have been a shoe. They probably would have grabbed their purse to clock somebody. Like, come on now. I think that's a natural reaction when somebody throws a damn drink on you. Okay. He goes on to say that if Candiace really was out there calling her names or whatever, then she has to deal with what comes after that. Well, then you make sure that you tell Gizelle the same thing while she out there lying on other people's husbands and stuff. Make sure that she's ready to deal with what happens afterwards. instead of sitting up there trying to make it seem like somebody's trying to put her children in danger. Get it together. All right. The ladies did talk with Ashley, and I loved how they had that whole round table discussion with her ass. I loved it. Ashley says that she won't be taking accountability for her friend Deborah. You need to take some accountability for her. You may not have anything to do with her throwing her hands and throwing a drink, but you need to take some type of accountability for bringing your friend to said event that you knew she had an issue with Candiace with. Like, you knew that. And yeah, and let me tell you, Candiace been in y'all fucking mouth for a very long time. Because when we first got introduced to Deborah, the first thing Deborah wanted to do was ask about Candiace, because she knew that you and Candiace didn't like each other. That was the first thing she had to ask about. So when she did that last season, that was enough to let me know Deborah's entire existence on this show is to come at Candiace indirectly on behalf of Miss Ashley. Come at her technically directly on her own, but indirectly on behalf of Ashley. So it won't look like, oh, Ashley did this. It's more so her friend that did it. But it was still a whole scheme that you set up and came to us with. And here's the other thing. Ain't nobody gonna make me think that different. If y'all sat around as a group and talked about bringing up stories to the front when it came to Monique and her family or whatever the case was, then y'all not finna convince me that Ashley did not come together with no damn Deborah on how she was going to handle Candiace at any moment. So ain't nobody finna change. Like, Ashley has always been sneaky and rarely ever called out about her actions. And for me, I've never liked Ashley. From the very first time I saw her on this show, from season 1, when I first started watching, when it first premiered years ago, I haven't been a person that has never liked her. I've always tried to like Ashley, but I've never liked her. It's never been a moment where I'm like, oh, I really like Ashley, and then, oh, I don't like Ashley no more. No, it's always been the same for me, because I always saw through her ass from the very beginning, and I don't trust her. It's really just that simple. Okay. What else ended up happening? Wendy, loved how Wendy called her out. Wendy called out how Candiace was not even trying to interact with Deborah. But at the end of the day, Miss Deborah came with an agenda. I said, come on, Wendy. I said, you better call it out. You better call it out. She did come with an agenda. And Ashley didn't know what to say because you already knew what it was. Okay? But then Ashley does say that the things Candiace says could be too low. This is what she says in her confessional now. The things Candiace says are too low. Sometimes she could go too far. What's too far? It can't be no further than what you hosts was trying to do last season. See, you started last season by trying to sit up there and say that lady husband DM'd you on some late night shit, bitch. So the whole shit last season was to come after Candiace's marriage. Then that was y'all whole thing last season. You started it. Then you brought on your little friend to carry out the rest of it. So how low does she need to go, or how far is she supposed to go when you hoes out here lying? Y'all act like she didn't know. What's too far, bitch? And see, that's what pisses me off. What's taking shit too far is when Mia threw a drink on Wendy and then turned around and hit her with her purse. And I don't recall any of y'all having a come to Jesus moment or holding Mia accountable for her trash ass actions. If anything, y'all sat up there and made it seem like Wendy was the problem. That's taking shit too far because you can't handle what somebody said about you. Come on now. Get that together. So no, Candiace does not go too far, especially when she's responding to you bitches. All right. So anywho, call your friend out for going too far. You got the audacity to talk about what Candiace said going too far, as if she's supposed to be okay with a bitch throwing a drink on her and then trying to hit her. No. Who went too far was your friend. She came too far into the event and took her ass all the way over there to Candiace to have something to say. That's when she went too far right there. You left all the way over from your section to walk over to where she was to have a conversation that Candiace did not want to have. Let's start there too, and then we can rewind it from that moment. All right? Anywho, Karen tells Ashley that they can never allow someone around them that can cause them harm, okay? And I was definitely with Karen, and as I said yesterday, I'm like, Karen, but I'm going to clock you. Okay, y'all can never allow someone around you, but even after Monique caused harm, you still was trying to get her back into the good graces of the ladies. No, ma'am. Okay, but I'm with you. I was with you in this moment, Karen, so I'm going to give you that. Even Mia had to speak up. Mia told, and I hope every single one of them got on Ashley at the reunion. Because even Mia said, yeah, y'all might want to say that your homegirl was drunk, but I'm going to tell you this. Even after that bitch finished having her drinks, she woke up the very next morning with a sober mind and doubled down on her actions. Okay? Which, of course, would lead Mia and Wendy to believe that she intended to violate Candiace's space that night. And if everybody else can see it, I don't know how Ashley didn't see it. She knew what it was, and she be trying to play that dumb blonde type shit with us. And it's like, Ashley, no, man, we see through you, girl. You're not all the way white like that. I know you want to be, but you ain't, okay? So we see you, girl. Anywho, let's get to Mia and Gordon. Because this was a messy right here. This was some messy shit. Mia and Gordon, okay? Eddie tells us that Gordon reached out to him and pretty much was talking to him about the issues that he and Mia had been going through. And Gordon thought that he was just, Eddie thought that Gordon was just venting, only for it to turn out like, no, they dead serious, because I believe it was announced by TMZ that they ended up separating. All right. Now, Mia and Gordon, from my understanding, had been separated since that July. And she gonna talk about something. Had he not went to TMZ, then maybe they could have worked something out. Mia, why you lying? See, that's one thing. And I know people want to be like, oh, she's gonna be the Porsha of Potomac. Number one, I still don't see it. You know, because here's the thing. Porsha is a liar. Porsha Williams is a liar. Like it or not, she's a liar. Okay. But here's the difference with Porsha. When Porsha stepped on the scene, Porsha has always been liked. From the beginning, Porsha was always liked. Over time, Porsha's people started to look at Porsha differently over time, okay, in a negative way. But she still has some likable qualities about her, right? Mia doesn't necessarily have that to me. When Mia first stepped on the scene, we all knew Mia was lying and Mia was full of shit right out the gate. I don't think it's ever been a likable bone in her body for us to just really like her. The only thing I like about Mia in my personal is her sadittiness. And I've said this before, okay, especially if you're on Patreon. I like the fact that she be saditty, and I love how she prances around like she doesn't want to get anything, like get her clothes dirty. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. When I know, I'm like, girl, you probably from the hood like a motherfucker. But you over here just walking around like you just so saditty, like you come from upper class and everything. And I'm not even going to be mad at it, okay? So I will give Mia that. But just this storyline with Gordon, I don't see her being no Porsha Williams of fucking Potomac. I don't see Mia going out getting other opportunities like Porsha Williams has gotten. I don't see that. I do not see that. I don't think any of these ladies over there have the capability to be that high up. I don't see that. I mean, and Karen done already put the stain on herself. So however high she was, she done, City Girls is down by a few thousand points after she done sat up there and got drunk, but want to walk around like she the Grand Dame and stuff. And the crashed her car? No, ma'am, you going outside. I just don't see that with Mia. Sorry, y'all gonna have to pick somebody else, but she's not gonna be that girl. She might carry the season or two, but she's not going to be that girl. She's not gonna be in a position, in my opinion, to be able to negotiate anything with Bravo. Should she leave? I feel like Mia could leave and not come back. Like, I just don't think Mia is on that level of Porsha, and I feel like that's a stretch. And I will say this, you know, I just feel like people may hear other folks say that on social media and then repeat it like that's what they believe. And I'm like, you can't possibly believe that. I know I saw Carlos say that, and I was like, Carlos, I don't think you was the first person to say that. So I'm questioning, do you really believe that, or did you see that on social media and just adopted that idea for yourself? Like, it's just, I can't agree with that. I just disagree. But, you know, to each his own. What else happened? So Mia been sleeping in, I think, her daughter's room or something like that. So she's been sleeping in her daughter's room or one of her kids' room for some time now. All right. She wants to stop sleeping in there and wants Gordon to go to wherever the hell he gonna go. Gordon was like, I'm not going down there till November. You wanted me to come up here to help you with these damn children. That's what I'm doing. And if you feel like you got a nanny or somebody that could pitch in and help you out, then have at it. But I'm only here because you asked me to be here, and no, I'm not finna rush the hell out. Period. So Gordon started speaking on Mia cheating, child. To my Mia had been cheating for 10 years and he's known about it. Child, then he goes on to tell her that she was the one that wanted this divorce, but she never thought about the consequences that come with it. Baby, listen, this is gonna be a mess. Now, Mia does go on at some point to talk about how she has to help Gordon out and give him money because he ain't got no money and stuff. And that does make me think that, okay, Gordon is with the SHI. And I say that because you knew she had been cheating. You opened up the marriage for whatever reason to satisfy her. Yeah, y'all be up here faking and fronting on the cameras like y'all are really, still married. The marriage is closed. You really just happy with what you got going on. Like, basically, y'all faking. And what I'm getting is that Gordon is with the SHI, and I'm also getting that Gordon will do whatever it is he has to do to make sure that them checks keep coming, because right now it seems like the only checks they relying on are the ones that Mia is bringing in, the few hundreds of thousands that Mia is bringing in, because he ain't really bringing it in like that, which is probably a reason why Mia doesn't want him to go to court or sue his family, because one, he probably don't have the money to do it and may end up using her money, or two, the little money that he do have might go to all of the attorney fees, and he's still gonna end up having to dip into her money. So that's the real reason. I think it's all still related to finances, which is why she does not want him to sue his family, and specifically her finances is what I think. I don't think she gives a damn about whether he sues, but then she said, you got to think about your part and the role you played in this to get us to where we are today. Okay. And I'm like, I feel like you about contributed to that as well. Okay. I feel like you don't want nothing to get discovered that you done did and you ain't had no business doing. And also because of the financial aspect of how things are going to fall back on you. All right. So anywho, Gordon says something about how the kids told him about her spending time with Ink. Ink is pretty much her soulmate, the kid that she knew from years ago before she met Gordon. Okay. That's her boo thing. And the kids told him about how she be spending time with the man and how her son caught them sleeping together. And I'm like, what you mean sleeping together? Was they in the middle of it and he caught them? Or was she laying down in the same bed as him? What is that about? And Mia, that's sloppy as fuck, in my personal opinion. If y'all open up y'all marriage and that's something y'all decide to do, I do think that you're out of line and out of place to get your children involved in your whole shit. I really do. I really do. You should figure out the proper accommodations for your child before you go and be all up under and be around this man. I think that is so fucking inconsiderate. Extremely inconsiderate and disrespectful as hell to your children. In my personal, they gotta sit up here. I feel like that's a lot to process as a kid. I'm seeing mama over here doing this and that with this man. Then she comes home and she does this and that with that man. And then should y'all get a divorce, that's another layer of things they gonna have to process. Like, you're not thinking about your children at all, bitch. And I don't like it. And I'm with Gordon when it comes down to that. Gordon said that he had prostate cancer, so his stuff wasn't working how it used to work. So he told her she could pretty much go and have a fuck off with whoever she want if that's what she chooses. All he asks is, don't get my children involved and try to be discreet as possible so that I don't get the blowback. Okay, right? So that's what you would want her to do, but she did the opposite. She went against both things that he said. And I also felt like this. Now, Gordon, baby, I know you really upset with Mia, but you also contributed to this. You allowed her to do this, and you also knew what those risks were that comes with it. But Gordon, you fake too. Because when you and Mia went out to eat and y'all sat down and you was over there talking about, I think Ashley and Michael and stuff. And you said, well, if that was us, baby, I don't think that we'll just get a divorce. I think we would come up with some type of arrangement. And y'all both sat in our fucking face and try to make it seem like it was like if y'all ever were down and out in your relationship, then this is something you would try, knowing that y'all been down and out in y'all relationship and it was something y'all had been trying for a long time. And see, these are the reasons why she will not be a Porsha of Real Housewives of Potomac, because her lies are caught too damn quickly. Okay? Porsha is just now getting caught in her lies as quickly. Okay? Back then, it took a minute for us to catch on to Porsha and her whole shit. Took us a minute. She would have got away with it if it wasn't for her meddling ass getting into that marriage and dating that lady husband and then getting engaged to that lady husband and then marrying that lady husband. Now, had she stayed clear and not did that, she probably would have been able to continue to finesse the people. Now all your damn skeletons and bones is falling the hell out. Okay? So, yeah, this is the reason why I feel like, nah, we catching Mia and her BS too fucking soon. Now y'all over here talking about some damn, oh, is this the baby? Is this the, why does Ink think that my son is his son? Why does Ink think my son is his son? Now people saying, cause you sat up there and told Nneka that y'all had to do the, I guess the in vitro process or whatever the case was for you to conceive your first child. Not your first one, but your son with Gordon. Y'all had to go through that procedure. So the baby was already damn chosen. So this is just the angle y'all gonna be trying to use for the next season and make it seem like, oh, it's a big paternity suit or whatever, paternity situation storyline for next season when it's a bunch of BS. And that baby is more than likely Gordon's baby. Girl, that is some crazy SHI. Not y'all using the kids to make sure y'all secure a bag. Girl, I feel like y'all ain't no better than some of them parents at Nickelodeon. But anyway, let's keep going. All right. She gonna sit up there and lie, talk about something. She and the dude Ink rekindle things around April. I said, girl, stop your motherfucking lying. And that's why I'm glad Gordon was calling her ass out, because Mia is a liar. A liar. Bald-headed lie. You is a liar is what you are. Okay, I'm so glad Gordon was over there calling her ass out. You know motherfucking well, when you sat in that confessional and told us that man, when you got with Gordon, he said he'll be there, he'll always be there, and he'll wait for her, and he's still there. BIT, that man was all up and through your marriage, fucking on you whenever every chance that he could get. And you want to sit up here and lie to our face, talk about something you've been talking to this man since April, but then you sat up there and in the same sentence tell us that he never went nowhere. Again, reasons why Mia will never be a Porsha of Potomac. Okay, Gordon talks about how he snatched her phone and locked her in a room, or at least Mia said he locked her in a room and went through this lady's phone for 2 hours. I see, Gordon, I would have whooped your old ass. Okay, you would have had to call the people on me for elders abuse, because ain't no way you finna sit up there and take all the money out my motherfucking account and try and threaten me as if I'm going to be broke so I don't leave your raggedy ass. And then you going to sit up there and take my phone and go through it for 2 hours and lock me in a motherfucking room? What kind of shit is that? Only for Mia to be the one that's taking care of your ass right now. So neither one of y'all is clean. Okay? So, Gordon, you is really full of shit too. And some part of me, I just can't feel 100% bad for you as Mia Prince is around her new NIGGA, because you knew what it was when you signed up. When you opened that damn door and told her she could bring whoever in, long as the kids don't see him, long as she be real discreet with it. And then now that you don't allow her to go out here and do what she do, you got the audacity to sit up here and go through this lady's phone and take money out her account because you worried about your image and being embarrassed, and you worried about you being your big old ass age that you at and being alone. You should have stayed with your first wife. Okay? That's what you should have did. But anywho, Gordon says he already knew who the guy was and said that Mia told her husband, listen, bitch, now Mia is bold. Now, if she ain't going to be a lie sometimes, she is going to be a bold one. All right? And she sat up there and told her husband that this man is my safe zone and he my soulmate. BITCH. Not you to look at your husband in his motherfucking face and told him he's not your safe space. Okay? And he's not your soulmate either. Yeah, why the hell are y'all married? For sure. If that's not who your husband is for you. Baby? Ooh, which also further confirms that Mia's like, I give you money. You thought that I married you for your money, but I'm the one giving you money. Mia, you definitely married him for security because you needed that at the time. Definitely married for security purposes. And Ink was not at the same place with you. You would have loved to have had him, I'm sure, at that time, but he just was not there. So you went on and you married Gordon for the security of it all. Child, a mess. I do feel like Mia was trying pretty hard. First of all, Gordon also said Ink tried to break up their marriage. And I'm like, that was Mia, because Mia was allowing him to be all up in it. Anywho, Mia I did feel like she was trying hard to kind of gaslight Gordon. Gordon didn't seem like he was really, going for it. But then when I learned about the whole you taking her phones and you doing it, I'm like, girl, y'all up here gaslight each other, trying some mess. Okay, y'all just throwing that damn gas around, honey. What else happened? Mia, she pretty much talks about how she don't want him to sue the family. We talked about that. She says that Gordon was spending way too much money, always, pretty much being in the strip club or whatever, hanging out all night and shit. I said, girl, now he done went and got him a stripper and he's still hanging out at the strip club, spending too much of his money. I mean, well, if you gonna tell it, then you might as well tell it all. Tell it all on next season. Because Mia finna do what she got to do to secure these checks. And Ink ass is finna be right over there with it, baby. Let me tell y'all what'll be a sham and a mess. Is if Mia had Ink and Gordon sitting behind her ass at a reunion. Girl, that would be a mess. A whole ass mess if they both sitting back there. Girl, that's something crazy. I mean, ain't he gonna be speaking to the man? Ain't Gordon gonna say hey to the man through FaceTime while they at this reunion? Girl, if she bring Ink on the show next season, that's really going to be some shit. And then he shows up at the reunion and they both sitting behind her. Girl, that is some messy shit there, okay? But that's pretty much what's going on with Gordon and Mia. I loved how he pretty much called her out on all her lies and stuff like that. I was like, good for you for sitting up there saying that the lady up there lying about it. Because one thing about Mia will definitely lie, all right? But Gordon, I don't trust you either. So I'm like, girl, Mia, be careful, honey. Watch your back. The way he over there taking money out and locking up and all this other stuff, girl, watch your back. But also be careful, not only for, as you be careful with your back, but just be careful in general. Because I would hate for you to sit up here and leave Gordon in this manner and then turn around and you get your karma in a different fashion with Ink because you think you're going to be with him for the rest of your life. You see how that worked? So you sat up there, got with Gordon. Gordon left his wife for you, right? So now the same way that he got you or whatever, he about to lose you in the same fashion. And then now you over here being a bit disrespectful, posting this dude all over your damn IG page and shit in my personal, okay? Posting this man all over there talking about how much you love him, how much he's this, he's that to you and everything. What Mia said, it feels so good to be in love with someone that makes me feel loved. This man has my whole heart. I feel so happy. I'm just telling y'all what it is that Mia said. That's what she said. And she said, I got my best friend back. Hashtag she's complete. So, all I say is, while you out here slick being disrespectful, not yet divorced or whatever the case is, you better hope that it ain't no ladies in the background waiting to bust your bubble when it comes to Ink. And Ink ends up leaving you too. Girl, that is some messy shit there, girl. Whew. That's all that I got, y'all. I'm going to let y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey, when it comes to this shit. Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? I'm JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, honey. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but to run.